Hi friends, greetings to all of you. This is LightWorker, for those of you who don't know me. For these readings for the month of April 2019, I am opening 3 cards from the traditional tarot deck and 1 more card from the Psychic Tarot deck by John Holland. I always tune in. I give you the meaning of the card first, and then I talk to Spirit and my Spirit guides about what are the messages behind each and every card. For those of you who are interested to know more, I have already done a whole new video for each and every sign of the zodiac for download and purchase through vimeo.com. So for those of you who are interested, the link is down here below in the show more description box. Please also do notice the other links. You're going to find the second link that's going to take you to your yearly predictions for the year 2019 for each and every sign of the zodiac. If you are interested for download and purchase, my contact information. So again, please visit my website www.amalightworker.com and email me at amalightworker@gmail.com if you like to have your very own private consultation with me. It's very important that you also listen for the video for your rising sign and for your moon sign as well, because all of these 3 videos, sun sign, rising sign and moon sign, will have information for you. Please like, share, subscribe, and I will connect with you in each and every video. Thank you so much. Taurus Sun, Taurus Rising, and Taurus Moon, April 2019 by LightWorker. The general feelings that I am picking up for you have to deal with issues with power struggles. Either life may be testing you, or you may be choosing to test a relationship or to test, so to speak, a life circumstance. In the light of some new unexpected developments, news or information, your destiny may be going in a new direction that you didn't foresee coming, but it will be a much better positive direction. However, you may not see or benefit from this karmic wheel changing in a positive way if you are still struggling with issues where you are dwelling on the past, when you are focusing more on what should have been, what you believe that you have lost, instead of focusing on currently, in the present day, the possibilities that have been offered to you. Help maybe also be offered to you from friends or through some kind of an institution. So generally speaking, life is preparing you, is making you ready to shift you suddenly in a better, much better positive direction. I will now break it down one by one. The first card that you got, Taurus, is the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords, if represents a person, usually it represents one of the air signs, a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius. This could be the sun sign, the rising sign, or the moon sign. Due to the nature of this reading, it is a general reading, and for that purpose, I'm going to say that you shouldn't pay much attention to the gender, because this Queen of Swords could be a woman or may also show up as a man in your life. Usually, it represents a lawyer, a therapist, a coach, a teacher, a mentor, someone who works for the law enforcement agencies, someone who is firm, very creative, and is able to offer help from his or her advice, or even practical help. So this is a person whose life has been rich with experiences, and based on that they may be able to give you some advice or guidance. For many of you, this Queen of Swords is already in your life. You may be partnered up with them in some ways. In a business sense, you may be working together. You may be working under this Queen of Swords. For some of you, you may be married to this Queen of Swords. If in the past there have been some issues that have affected this relationship, whether you work with them or whether you are married to them, it does feel that either the relationship or the marriage has been affected by power struggles or by money issues in the past. Now it does feel like some of these old problems, okay, maybe resurfacing, maybe to some lesser degree, but they are still going to be there for you to address them. For some of you, if you are married to them, they may be dealing with some new developments. Maybe their work situation improves, they are able to generate more money. They may be dealing with some family stuff, okay, their family. So they may be talking to you about it. Maybe the two of you need to make some important choices and decisions. If this represents a work-related situation, it does feel that where has been tension before, you may be dealing with a similar tension. Maybe not the same person in the workplace may be causing you that tension, but nevertheless the pressure feels the same. This is a situation that you have experienced before, but maybe in different forms. You may not agree with this Queen of Swords, every order that he or she may be giving you, if they are in a position of authority. You may find them to be a little bit challenging. If you are the authority figure and you need to tell them what to do, and they may be challenging your authority in some ways. Between you and this Queen of Swords, you may need to talk privately. You may need to have like a very important discussion, because the two of you need to make choices and decisions, and it could be in regards to the work, it could be in regards to family matters, but you're going to feel a little bit like, do I have a say in this? Is this my power and authority that needs to take priority, or should I follow their orders, their guidance, or their suggestions? Something to you, something won't feel right or just in regards to this Queen of Swords. And remember, this Queen of Swords in your life could be a man or a woman. It may also represent two different people. This is a general reading. After all, this is as specific as I can be. The next card is the Wheel. It is a very positive card to have. To me, it means the karmic wheel of your fortune could suddenly shift and change in a much more positive direction. Positive karmic events may be taking place that are going to change or alter the direction where you thought you were going for the better. It also represents conflict of interest, unexpected new developments, news or information that has the power to shift, change, or alter your course. It also represents very important news or information. So now allow me to focus so I can hear my guides, why this card showed up for you. For some of you, there's going to be some news or information in regards to classes, courses, being accepted into a program, being accepted into a college, could be in regards to bookkeeping, could be in regards to records, financial records. You may also hear from IRS or taxes, or an office associated with IRS and taxes. You may be hearing from a lawyer, an accountant, a bank. if this is not directly about your personal business, your personal affairs, you may be hearing in regards to a spouse, in regards to a business partner that you may have. You may be hearing on behalf of a child that you have. Some of you are going to consider or reconsider an old offer. Maybe you are trying to sell a home, a business, or a property, and now you may reconsider some old offers. You are going to set your sight and your goals higher. You are going to be focusing on expanding your knowledge, opening up your heart to new ideas and new possibilities. It is one of those months where you may be feeling that you are either getting closer to your goals, to your purpose and your destiny in life, or you may be feeling that you are drifting far away from it. You may be receiving that news or that information coming from IRS, or from a lawyer's office, or from a Department of Justice, and that could be shifting your entire luck for the better. So for some of you, you may achieve some success into dealing with these matters. Many of you will be putting a lot of mental focus into new beginnings, because some of you are preparing to complete projects, to complete anything that you need to complete, because you now are focusing on beginning new things. Some of you may be focused on testing out a new product, trying something on trial basis. Maybe you're not sure whether you want to develop a business on a side. Maybe you're not sure whether you want to take a new job or not. So you may be trying that out on trial basis and see how it goes. It feels like you may be playing roulette a little bit, trying out your chances, trying out your luck. You may also be doing that in a relationship, okay? Take a risk in a relationship. Take a risk or a chance into a business deal or a business agreement. For some of you, you may really be playing Russian roulette. You may end up traveling, and maybe on the way you see a casino or a place where they play scratch ticket or something, and you would be like, normally I don't do this, but let's try and see how this goes, just to try your luck. Some of you may be in competition with someone. You may be competing for somebody's attention. It may be in a love romantic sense that you may be competing for their attention. You may be entering a competition. Maybe you partner up with other people as a team. This could be like two teams in the workplace competing with one another. You may be joining a sports team and do that as an entertainment for you, okay? And you may also enter to compete in a sport with someone else. However, teamwork or being part of a team is also indicated. Whatever message, news, information you have to share, whether it is with one person or with a larger audience, you are going to be able to share this message with a lot of people. Your words are going to travel far. This is good news for those of you who are very active in media, in social media. You want to do videos, you want to open a channel, maybe a YouTube channel. So this is good news. You are going to have you are going to attract the right audience for you. If you are presenting a new idea in the workplace, you are going to be connecting with the right audience for you. Again, there is a certain sense that maybe where you felt that your words were falling on deaf ears, now everybody is lending you an ear. Everybody wants to hear from you, and everybody wants to learn and know how you are doing and what is happening with you, anything that you may be presenting to them. The next card that you have is the Four of Cups. To me, it means dissatisfaction, feeling disappointed, stagnation, taking things for granted. It also means that sometimes luck and fortune or opportunities, goodness is right in front of your eyes, but because of your way of thinking, you may not be able to see this opportunity here being offered to you, to see and receive love, recognition, support being offered to you, because you are so busy complaining, okay, and you are so busy thinking about everything that you don't have, or you think that you lost or don't have, and failing to recognize what you have right now in your life. So what does this mean for you? You have to understand, and this message will make sense to those of you who are meant to hear this. You have to understand that everything has a life shell, and sometimes a relationship needs to come to an end. Sometimes you have to say goodbye to old dreams, because now you understand that in order for you to achieve those dreams, you have to change your state of being, your state of thinking, and you need to release some of these old emotions that knowingly or unknowingly you have been carrying around for months and months. It is about forgiveness, where you need to forgive. Maybe in the past you had situations where you didn't necessarily get along easy with a boss or with an authority figure. It is now time for you to emotionally forgive and release that for your own sake. If for some of you it is about grief, okay, you are holding on to grief, and grief, it's not only a feeling that is associated with death, but we also grieve because of the loss of a relationship, because of a loss of a job, because of a loss of an opportunity. It's now time for you to heal from these issues. Whatever has happened, it's already in the past. Forgiving yourself is a big message that I hear for you. Forgiving a teacher, a father, a mentor, someone who meant a great deal for you, but they ended up disappointing you in some ways, or maybe you thought they were much better, you didn't know them that well. And sometimes when you don't know a person that well, you tend to think of them very highly until something happens and you see the other side of them. That doesn't mean that they necessarily do that on purpose. That can be your perspective. Maybe you are the one thinking so highly of them, and therefore you get disappointed. Remember, you cannot please everybody all the time, and that's true for other people. Nobody can please you constantly all the time. So if you have been disappointed in that way, or if you may be disappointed in that way throughout April, you also have to learn to let it go. Somebody is going to offer you a different perspective. Somebody is going to offer you, is going to lend you an ear so they can just, you talk and they listen to you, and that's going to be very meaningful to you. You may be getting professional advice from a lawyer, a coach, a mentor, a religious figure, a rabbi, a priest, a psychic, a healer, a doctor, a therapist. Now, this could be anyone. Listen to what they have to say to you. Listen to what advice they have to offer. So listen before you decide whether you want to follow that advice or not. So be open to listen to maybe a new way of doing things. Some of you may be experiencing a little bit of a faith crisis when you may be losing faith in God, in the universe. You may be losing faith in someone. But it is a situation that you are going to be able to overcome. It is only a temporary situation when you're going to be dealing with these big dilemmas about big issues in life, like losing faith or like a religious crisis of some sort. The next card that you have is the Four Oh, it's authority. It's authority. And here's the number 4 here. And the previous card also had the number 4. So 4 is the number associated with balance. Authority represents the masculine energy. Remember, each and every person, whether you are a man or a woman, they have energetic channels. Female and masculine are 2 of these energetic channels. So this card specifically calls about your masculine energy of leadership, logic, strength, wisdom, and power. It's time for many of you Taurians to tap into this energy of authority that you have. You are encouraged to use these leadership qualities, okay, to have a plan, to feel grounded. So combine a plan that you have with your inner authority, with your abilities and skills that you have to be a leader, and also at the same time use this skill to manage those emotions that have been free running so far. So use caution and logic over those free running emotions that seem to take over from time to time. This card also sometimes represents a father, maybe representing a father figure to you, represents usually a man that shares the same energetic vibration as your father, could be a teacher, a mentor, an uncle, could be a boss, maybe representing an institution, again, that shares the same vibration as your father. So an institution or a person that they have authority, or they may be having some authority and power over you. May also represent a friend, if this friend has power and authority over you. Either a father figure may be coming at your rescue by giving you advice, by helping you in practical ways. If you are someone who maybe you have been grieving due to the loss of a father or a father figure to you, it may be time for you now to deal with those feelings, to patch old wounds. Everything takes time to heal, and for some of you the time feels right to do feels right. So over time, previously, little by little, you have done some of that work, and now you may feel a lot better when it comes to father issues or grieving issues. Some of you may still be experiencing some tension between you and a father figure, maybe connected to your identity crisis, maybe part of that as a way for you to mature and develop. You may have to go through some identity crisis that may also be linked into the father presence in your life. And if this is someone, this may also be in regards to a person who in some ways has authority and power over you. Maybe they have misusing your trusts. Maybe they hide things from you, maybe the truth. They're not completely open with you. You may be putting a stop to their behavior. You may decide that temporarily you don't want to do anything to do with them. So if this person carries or it has been affecting your life in a negative way, you may decide to take a break from them. You may decide, or you may be putting a stop to their actions, thus taking your power back. So it is a card that reminds you you have a lot of inner wisdom. Tap into your inner wisdom, combine that with your leadership skill, have a plan to follow, and make sure that you manage your feelings. You may have to make an important choice, okay? And that's why these skills that I mentioned are going to be very much at good use for you. And your power and authority may be tested. Life may be testing you in some ways. Okay, it may also be related to a direction where you think you want your career to go. You may be experiencing a big test in that particular area of your life, but most importantly, your inner authority may be a little bit challenged. By May, I keep hearing that you are going to be able to overcome these issues and they're going to get much better. But for the time being, you may be tested in some ways. I hope that this is making sense to you. Do comment down here below. If you'd like to know more, I have already uploaded for download and purchase, for those of you who are interested, a whole new reading for you for each and every sign, including yours. The link for that is down here below in the show more description box. My contact information is also listed down here below in the show more description box. Contact me for a private reading, amalightworker@gmail.com, and visit www.amalightworker.com. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and to turn on the notification bell. Thank you. I will connect with you in the next video. Bye.